he'd be able to fit through. The nearest road was a quarter-mile away, and Route 169 was nearly a half-mile to the east. He'd studied every way in and out who came and went for a week. After seeing no one, he'd decided it was the perfect place. He'd been watching her longer. The lying in wait, the stalking, blending in with the darkness, he loved it. It made him feel invisible, powerful. Sweat dampened his hair beneath the brim of his dark baseball cap, the perspiration in the pits of his underarms soaking through his t-shirt, the bulge growing in his pants. He seemed ordinary. That was his gift. He didn't struggle to be social. He hadn't been a bedwetting, animal-carving, Oedipus complex youth. Sure, he'd been drawn to violence early on, but what boy wasn't? They were always out playing cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, or whatever they were supposed to call it now. He'd never forget holding his father's gun for the first time at age 9. The rifle was hidden high out of sight on the dining room hutch, a Winchester Model 70. He marveled at it, the weapon heavy and glistening in his little hands. He'd also never forget the way his mother screamed at him to never touch it again. He learned later the reason she was so angry. The rifle was loaded. Even now, he thought back to the night that changed everything. There'd been a murder not far from home. He'd eavesdropped while his mother and father spoke in hushed voices over supper. When it came on the nightly news, his parents shut off the television, but it was the talk of the town, so he soon learned. A girl had been raped and beaten to death by her ex-boyfriend. Everyone knew Marcy Knight for her double Ds, and they knew Billy Sims for being a low-life piece of shit. Only a few miles away, he couldn't resist the urge to sneak out. He slipped out late that evening when everyone was asleep and rode his 7-speed mongoose switchback 2 miles, cloaked in black to blend in with the night. Grouse Creek Road was surrounded by wide open land, mostly wild grass, tall weeds, and barley fields. There were some houses and barns spaced out, but at night it was capsuled in blackness. The bike was still a little big for him, the seat like a horse saddle, high and stiff, digging into his bony ass. He slowed in front of the house, sweat starting to bead down the messy haircut his mother had given him. He dropped his bike to the curb. The house was still surrounded in yellow tape, which he ducked under. The door was locked. He should have known it would be, but he thought one of the windows might be open to get some of the smell out. He moved fast, pulling at each one. Luckily enough, toward the back of the house, one window budged. He slid it open and climbed inside. The windowsill dug into his rib cage. Red lines, maybe even bruises, would linger, but he didn't care. He flicked the switch on the hefty mag light he'd stolen from beneath the sink at home. After a blink, the room was illuminated in a dim phlegm yellow. He crept into the bedroom and saw the blood splattered on the wall and king bed. He shined the light there, mesmerized by all of it. The mattress had sunken in the center. Marcy Knight, he thought, while he admired her blood. The room had soured. Still, the musty darkness and dead body smell didn't faze him. In the harsh light, the ceiling warped and curdled until it was lost in the shadows. The rug was an ugly gray and old. Numbered yellow markers perched on the floor. He shined the beam over them, at the red lines and blotches on the carpet and the rigid imprint of a large sneaker sole. While he backed away to take it all in, he bumped into the mirrored vanity, where the bitterness of hairspray and mint lingered. He heard a rattle of keys, thought he heard someone coming to the door. He flicked off the flashlight, ran to the window, and hopped down to the ground, his pants catching him, tearing as he climbed over the sill. He slid the window shut behind him as quietly as he could, made his way back to the bike, and pedaled off at light speed for home. With sweat trickling down his forehead, the cool breeze tugging at his damp hair, he imagined himself as Billy Sims, while Marcy Knight died under him. The next morning, his mother woke him. He'd be late for the bus if he didn't get up. He hopped out of bed, felt a mess in his underwear, and saw a small dark stain in